Hey, what is going on, guys? And today I'll speculate about what could happen in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 post-credit scenes. Now, James Gunn, the director of this movie, already confirmed on Twitter that there will be post-credit scenes, and will. Since every Marvel movie until now had at least one post-credit scene, it just was obvious that there would be also one for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So, I've come up with a few things that I would like to share with you today, so let's just get into this. So obviously Marvel movies tend to tease a future Marvel movie, or just a future, well, I don't know, storyline or happening that might come up in the future. So we should go through thinking about them teasing Spider-Man Homecoming, although this wouldn't be making any sense because the Guardians just don't know Peter, and until Infinity War probably also won't know him, just because they are in the galaxy, while Peter Parker's only a high school kid in New York. So this wouldn't be making any sense, but hey, this could still happen. They could tease Thor Ragnarok, which would be already more likely, and I think would be also very cool. But the thing is that Doctor Strange already teased at Thor Ragnarok, so maybe this won't happen. But just think about how cool this might be, because it is way easier for them to tease at Thor Ragnarok as something like Doctor Strange does, because Doctor Strange mostly took place on Earth, while Thor Ragnarok is more likely to go to space. And given the fact that the Grandmaster and the Collector are related, and the Guardians already know the Collector, I wouldn't wonder if the Collector somehow just brings the Guardians to the Grandmaster, or just hints at the Grandmaster and his arena, and just somehow the Guardians get to know about the Hulk's presence there before Thor arrives there. I mean, just think of how awesome that will be. And this would be also a chance to just give the audience a reason of how and why Hulk arrived at the arena. I mean, this would be really awesome. Fans are just wondering about how he really arrived at Sakaar, the planet of the arena. But I don't think that they will take this away in a post-credit scene and then just not mentioning it in Thor Ragnarok. This wouldn't make any sense, in my opinion. But still, it would be great to just show the Hulk in a post-credit scene, or mention him at least in a post-credit scene in Guardians of the Galaxy, just to give us, to get us excited. But since we already saw him in the last Thor Ragnarok trailer, which I, by the way, won't do a reaction video on, it might not make any sense to put him in a Guardians of the Galaxy post-credit scene. But still, it would be pretty awesome. Apart from that, we could also have a hint at Thor's location or anything like that, so the Collector might just hint somehow at the fact that the Asgardian prince, Thor, lost his hammer or something like that, and has to go to the Grandmaster in his arena. Something like that might happen. Now, the next movie they could tease at would be Black Panther. While this might make sense, I really don't know how they could relate Black Panther to the Guardians of the Galaxy, but still, they could have the possibility to make this. And the most obvious thing, in my opinion, is teasing at Infinity War. And remember that now Marvel movies are having two post-credit scenes, so one mid-credit scene and one post-credit scene. So there are probably just two things that might happen. But yeah, so teasing at Thanos and Infinity War would be also a possibility. But given the fact also that James Gunn, the director, said that there won't be any Thanos in the Guardians movie, it might mean that also the post-credit scenes won't feature Thanos, but still he could just be mentioned or hinted at somehow. And obviously the Guardians could just get to know of him heading to Earth, and that's why they decide to just go to Earth and help the Avengers. This is just a very likely scenario to happen. So another way that we could see the post-credit scene teasing Infinity War may also be something with the Infinity Stones or the Infinity Gauntlet. So maybe at some point they, I don't know, just somehow get to know of another Infinity Stone and how it's assembled with all the other ones to the Gauntlet. This might be also a scenario. So next one I could think is likely is also Captain Marvel. So they could tease that one, although this wouldn't make any sense because it happens after Infinity War, and the next just huge thing happening in the MCU is Infinity War, and they really have to set it up correctly, and this would be just a chance to make this. But as I said, there are just 2 post-credit scenes, and that's why they could make one with Captain Marvel and one with Infinity War, which I think would be actually a good idea, just because we haven't seen anything of Captain Marvel until now. Captain Marvel is a pretty unknown character for most audiences, and that's why it would make sense to just show something of Captain Marvel before her own movie, and maybe before Infinity War. But since this movie is pretty far away at this point, they might decide to do something else, like Thor Ragnarok and Infinity War. Another thing that Marvel post-credit scenes normally do is also hinting at the sequel of the movie, in which the post-credit scene takes place. So we could see also a possible just hint at what Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will be about. So my guess would be Infinity War and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, just because Infinity War has to be set up properly, and that's why it would just make sense also to show us why the Guardians arrive to Earth in Infinity War. So it would just make sense to also show how they get to know of Thanos' presence on Earth, and so that audiences know why the Guardians actually show up in Infinity War. But anyway guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more.